Okay, so I'm in the midst of doing a review series with this rifle here, but anybody who hasn't seen those yet, let's do a rundown on the R18. Tell us about it.
Okay, let's just start from the front.
Okay.
Because people go, oh, it's got an A2 bird cage. No, it doesn't.
It does not.
We spent a lot of time working on this design to get the right amount of backflow of pressure, so that way we get a direct impulse rearward. So we actually had a disconnect fail in rifle, and we have video of the entire, like, dumping a mag, and the rifle just pushed straight back. It didn't lift at all. Like, it was amazing. So we got the impulse we wanted to, and we proved it.
Perfect.
Right? But so it's not just a standard, that. Now we've gone for a mid-weight barrel. We had a pencil barrel. The problem that we found with that is because we have such an impulse with our gas system, with it being a piston, is that when it got hot, you'd get this flex at the front. So their first couple groups were great, and all of a sudden, as it got hotter and hotter, it would start moving a bit.
Like the original AR-15 problem.
Exactly. So we've got right now, so we have a full rifle length gas system. The upside of that is that using a 0.75 gas block diameter, that you can put whatever you want in this. So if you want to put a match grade barrel on this thing, like we tried with a 1-inch IBI. Holy crap, this thing was a tack driver. It didn't matter how much we shot it, because of the way the system works. We've got nothing in this, nothing into the back system, so we're not doing a DI pushing back carbon. So it's fantastic, right? Our gas system itself is multiple piece, so it's adjustable at the front.
There's our little steel gas. Yeah,
by shooting.
I blew mine across the range. Yeah,
but we took that, because how you did that, we extended it and gave it like another 3 full threads. So
you can get the gas you want without being an idiot and shooting it at the target.
Because you're not going to be the last guy to do that. So it makes it harder. Like if you're opening it that much, like you're basically shooting nothing.
And you can see, like, this is a nice robust piston in here.
And it's multiple piece.
Two-piece piston.
So there's a little bit of flex. So you've got the cup, you've got the front of the piston, and you've got the piston rod, right? And then your return spring. So what happens is that you'll get that initial flex in the piston, because it's like a snake. We've never broken one.
Yeah.
Right. We've never had one. In fact, when we look at the wear pattern to see if there was one on the actual rail, like the part of the piston that goes into the system,
nothing.
So we know that we're not putting any stress on the main piston itself, which is perfect. That's what we want, right? So then as we come back, right? We've got our unique, like that's what is our barrel nuts that we put the rail onto. It just locks in place. But then we put a lot of pressure uniform onto the barrel itself to hold the barrel in place. So there's a lot of surface area holding that barrel in. So once it's snugged in,
and that's just going to help with accuracy.
100%.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really important for accuracy. There's a couple of companies in the States that they played around with putting gasket seal and stuff like that. So when you put your barrel in and then torqued it in, they got up to 18% better accuracy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So just by that's the most important point. So then we get to this side. So we have it's a non-reciprocating cocking handle, but we use a rare earth magnets to hold it in place.
Which works really well.
Yeah, and we did that, and they don't touch, so we're not worrying. People say, oh, you're going to get all kinds of filings and stuff on here. We're like, well...
I haven't yet.
Well, because the filings coming off are brass.
Brass isn't magnetic.
It's not magnetic, so we're not getting...
In fact, I mean, I've already got a steel cased ammo video out on our YouTube channel, and I've put all kinds of steel case through mine, and there's nothing on there.
No, and also too is because they're not touching, it would actually just stop a little millimeter forward.
So
you're not going to do anything.
Here's what you would do in that if that ever happened.
Yes.
Done.
Done. So yeah, and as we move back, so we have an extended bolt release. But what we did is we made a really big opening here, because it doesn't matter which one you want to put in. It's just with the screw. Yeah. So it's an AR-15 style. So you want to put a different one on afterwards, feel free.
And it's ambi.
And it's ambi, right? So it's so handy, right? But again, it's simple. And then the magazine catch itself, standard AR-15.
Yep.
Right. Then you get back our selector, standard AR-15.
Yep.
Right?
Also.
Right. Also ambi.
Ambi. Yep.
Right. And then our guns are all with Magpul, not Magpal. We've seen some out there with, Magpal. Yeah. And then when we get to the back, Picatinny. So, we make a standard, modern sporting rifle adapter for a buffer tube, and it doesn't need the buffer tube.
Yeah.
Right? And then so that way we've got an A1 adapter. So if you want to make a DMR, we've got this. We've got a Zukov adapter as well.
Yeah.
So we've already got three styles. But I mean, Midway Industries makes like 10 stocks now for this. Like there's so many companies now that make Picatinny stocks. Like we don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can put whatever the hell you want on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Again, modularity.
Modularity.
That's what made the modern sporting rifle to begin with.
It's so important, right? Nice clean lines, right? And then when you get forward, like so, it's just it's AR-15 pins.
Yeah, front,
So
pivot and takedown.
So you're not doing something like the Maccabee where you had to fucking undo this torque thing and turn this.
Yeah.
And, like no, it's just you pop her open. And
it's just the standard captive pin setup.
Yeah. And what we'll do is when we go sit down, I'll go grab an upper so I can show you the internals.
Sure.
Okay. So we've already got the back pins out. So they kind of warned me not to shoot it across the room like I just did.
Just did off camera, unfortunately. Unfortunate that I didn't get it on film, I mean.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, see, it's pretty clean lines inside, right?
Yeah, the finish work is really nice on this receiver.
Yeah, we actually did, if you want to go over and get a picture, we did just a clear coat rifle to show our machining.
We'll look at that in a minute, yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward, right? But we tried to make clean lines. We've worked with Trigger Tech, tried the rifle with a bunch of their triggers, and they all work fabulous. So we're working on, because I think for us, the downfall of our rifle, if anything, is the trigger. Like we're just using USGI.
It's just a mil-spec trigger, yeah.
Mil-spec trigger. And the guys are saying like the rifles, everything is so beautiful, but the trigger kind of is,
it's meh.
Nah.
Yeah.
So we're working with Trigger Tech because they're coming out with a new trigger that soon, and so we're working with them, and then we'll be switching over. So we'll probably raise the price by $100, but we'll swap out with the Trigger Tech trigger.
You're going to pay way more than $100 to put a Trigger Tech or any other trigger in there anyway.
Right. So we're just going to raise it up a little bit and then go from there.
Yeah.
You know, but if you look inside, like so, it's standard, but we made sure that it's compliance for the RCMP for their non-restricted. Like you can't make it a full auto. Like you'd have to get the machine the hell out of this to be able to do anything.
Yeah, you'd really have to. It is not easily convertible.
No, exactly, and it's very straightforward. Like so you want to change parts, but it's just really, yeah. And then as well as so you've got your pistol grip, but then we also put the adjustable screw in there, so it comes in, so that way so then you can do a tension screw. So when
I've never mentioned that before about this rifle, and that's kind of a cool thing. You got the tension between the upper and the lower, so that you have no slop.
Yeah, because right now there's not a lot of slop, but when you put that tension, so you build it, you just kind of get it. So you can put the when the pin is closed, you can just tighten it just to make sure, because it's got like a rubber in the top, just to put a little bit of pressure on it. And that way, when you put it there, it's
100% no slop.
No, then there's zero.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and do that again, because like even without that in there, that's pretty well fit.
Yeah, and it's fully supported. Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is we wanted to have it fully supported. Also, it keeps out any dirt.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing is too. So when it locks on, like we keep the dirt out. The whole point of this is keeping the dirt out.
I think that's maybe an underrated thing that we haven't really even talked, or nobody's really talked about yet, is the way that your upper marries to your lower is very well done.
Yeah, and even like if you look at the front, so this is how. So when you put your barrel in, you put the barrel nut on, it locks into steel inserts.
Yeah.
So when we torque this thing down, right, we're not like torquing into aluminum. Like we can really put a lot of pressure. They can make sure it's nice and snug.
Yeah.
Right. So when it's nicely indexed, away we go.
Exactly.
Right. So
there's a fixed dual guide rod.
Yeah, and they're nice, good in the stainless steel. When we made the first rifles we sent out, we wanted to make them look pretty, so we actually had them nitroxed along with everything else.
Yeah. It just wore it off.
No, when you drop them at a 45-degree angle, they'd shear.
No.
Yeah, because the metallurgy, because it would make them so brittle, so tough, because they're nitroxed.
Right.
But it was like a nightmare. So it's like we'll just leave them stainless steel. Right?
Good idea.
And then what we done is we've gone with the mil-spec springs. So when we sent the rifle to Mark Campbell in Edmonton, Bartok 5 on Canadian Gun Nuts, he said, like your closing is just a little sloppy. Like it's not that mil-spec smack that I would expect. I said, well, we don't have the AR 180 springs. Well, he's probably the best collector in the country, and he said, I have them. So we got him his springs. We got his borrowed springs for a couple weeks. Took him to a spring manufacturer. Said replicate.
Yeah.
And so they looked at the metallurgy. They looked at the spring tension. They looked at coils. Next thing you know, we
just copied it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So this is the only thing we stole from the AR-180 original is spring. The springs.
Nice.
Because that's
Which
now
is
it's
kind of important.
But now
It's
people
a functional part.
it smacks it hard.
Yeah.
Like when our bolt carrier goes forward, it's a positive.
Well, we heard
feed.
it just a minute ago
Yeah,
when
it's a
you
positive
closed
feed.
that bolt. Yeah.
But what's nice though is that when it strips that round off, like, you know, especially guys got like, you know, like a lot of rounds, it'll get that round out.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and then AR-15 extractor, like, you know, like it's an AR-180 bolt, like we have to, you know.
Yeah.
But it's, again, our carrier is unique. Like we put a lot of work into our carriers.
It's a little bit more streamlined. Like it doesn't look as large as a lot of the other 180 BCs.
No, but you had to, because you have to find that weight, like the recoil, to find that right momentum balance, right? Because you don't want to be people trying to tune their carrier when there's only a few manufacturing. It's like in the U.S. with an AR-15. Well, you can get tunable carriers because there's just so many. There isn't that many of us making these.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to worry about that. But it's just so nice. Like these things are in there when they're in the rifle. Like there's not a lot of play, right? But what we did is we built in enough room with everything in the back, so we put a
like
neoprene
that buffer on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the last thing we want is steel hitting steel.
Yeah.
And you just got to watch, because if this thing is hitting here, if it's whacking it, then you got a problem.
What is that buffer made of?
It's a neoprene. It's a high density neoprene.
Okay.
Right? But then it'll start giving you wear marks, so you know I'm overgassing this thing.
Oh, right.
So we have guys who, let's say, they tune their rifle to shoot like Barnell underpowered ammo. Then they throw some 77 grain super match in it.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference, but we don't want them beating their gun up. They'll be pulling apart the thing. They go, oh shit, I better turn the gas down, because that impulse is gonna come back.
It's a nice visual indicator.
Yeah, and protects the gun. It's just one more thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we want this thing to last a long time.
Yeah, but probably important with an adjustable gas block.
Yeah, because it'd be easy to.
If the gas block isn't adjustable, there's nothing you can do about it anyway. So like whatever.
Yeah.
But with the adjustable, like that's a nice touch. It's a nice. It's a nice.
Nice extra.
Detail.
Yeah. So that's basically like. So I'm pretty happy with the system. Right?
Yeah.
You know, like I said, there's a lot of work that went into it. And also, too, is we kept it clean. We've asked them to just put, delicate markings, like so we don't have to have all over the thing, our logos and the sales feature. Like,
I like that, actually. I'm an understated kind of guy.
Yeah.
I got my half ton. I took every piece of badging off of my half ton.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I like.
Oh, we did. We put
like
the crown.
Yeah, understated. Yeah, you got the crown.
Yeah.
You got the Sterling Arms logo on the other side there, and it's nice.
That's it. It's just small. Just the name, right?
And even your selector switch indicator, it's just nice.
It's just
good.
small,
Yeah.
right? And allows, if somebody wants to custom engrave this, there's lots of room.
Then paint it. Or engrave it.
You can engrave
whatever.
right there. Like we gave a rifle to CSSA and the CCFR, and we put their logos right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Something else I'm going to mention that I've come to appreciate lately. Number one is your flared magwell is nice.
Oh, yeah.
It works really well. And number two, look at that integrated shell deflector. Like that is a fully shaped shell deflector, and it works the way it's supposed to.
It really works well. I mean, the thing is too is like because of how we had to flare out here, we already had to have a pretty big billet. Right. So to go a little bit bigger to give us, like, we tried matching like back there, and it wasn't quite enough of a deflection.
Okay.
So we're like, we have to take the hit, and you think about it, but that extra millimeter adds an extra. Like,
I have noticed with it, like it shoots the brass forward, like it deflects the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like I've never had with this rifle so far, I haven't had a single piece of brass eject back at an angle or sideways at an angle. It's always that forward angle.
Well, also too is we're using oversized springs and O-rings inside.
Okay. Yeah.
Like we've got the extra power. We want that, so it really holds it and fucking throws it forward where it should.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go look at it. I'll show you the machining on the raw
one.
on the clear coat. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like this because it shows off the machining. Like you're not.
Yeah.
There's no hiding under paint. This is raw. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, so what we did is we just did clear coats. This is our pencil barrel. I really liked. I wanted to see if we can get the pencil barrel to work with a shorter gas system, because our pencil barrel we shot it with a DI gun, fucking shot really well.
Oh yeah.
But the moment you put that motion of the piston in, that's when it started acting out.
That screws up the harmonics of the barrel.
So I really want to see if we can get back to our pencil barrel.
So potentially a future thing.
Yeah, that's why we're going to start experimenting with different gas systems.
Nice.
Especially now that we can adjust. But as you see, like we've got really good machining. Like
it's
like
clean lines. There's no you're not seeing much for tooling marks.
No.
Like it's clean.
Yeah, like the markings are as if you'd, and this hasn't been processed in any way. So
this hasn't been
no, this just have a clear coat of Cerakote.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you can just see that it's just nice. Yeah, so you can see our feed paths for our machining is nice and clean.
In the buff.
Yeah.
You should release this and call it the R18 Nude.
Nude. Well, we brought in a bunch of Swiss Arms years ago, and they did one like this.
Yeah.
And we sold them pretty fast. So people who are into machining and into mechanics, they really like the look. So I said, let's just.
It does look kind of cool.
Yeah. So we just do one just to show people.
Yeah.
And then just some different color. Different
colors.
Like
if you wanted to Cerakote your R18, this is what they could look like.
Yeah, and we just put so this one we're selling. This is the gray. This is Magpul gray.
Oh, you are going to sell that?
Yeah, this one we have like 10 at the show.
So let's.
We have the Cerakote gray. We have that one. We have the FDE.
Yeah.
And the black. Those are
I'm going to show this real quick because this if you're just looking at it, you're like, oh, it's just black. But look at that compared to the black.
Yeah. Let's show
oh yeah, put them side by side. Let's do this. Or that is the. That is, yeah.
Let me grab a black.
We just put two of the same beside each other.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
No, it's not.
It's like a light, call it light black.
Yeah, but they call it the Magpul gray.
Magpul gray.
Yeah.
And then there's your standard
black.
Yeah.
This
I
is
like this green.
Jesse James green.
Why is it called Jesse James green?
I
like that you did the muzzle brake too.
Well, it's Jesse James, the gun manufacturer, right? So they did it through Magpul, and Magpul sold it. This is they call it Sniper Gray from Magpul.
Yeah.
And then it's just standard red.
Standard red.
Yeah.
If you want everyone to be able to see you when you're hunting.
Oh my God. Yeah. This wasn't our choice. The guy, one of our staff, he painted it, said, "I'm gonna do red." And I go, "No, please don't." And he did it anyway. It's
off camera, before we started filming, I was looking at all these and I was telling Mike, your main man there, that everybody's like, oh, and this and this and this and this is all looking so cool, and I'm like, I hate that red. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, it was worse before because it had gold accoutrements, and I said, who made the really shitty Iron Man costume?
If Iron Man wasn't rich.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bollywood version of Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. Well, JR, I appreciate you spending time with us.
Oh man, thanks. It's gonna be a great show. Friday, I expect it to be kind of steady but not busy because I normally have a job.
First day, a lot of people work.
People work. Yeah. So this is what the weekends can be like. I'm excited for everybody.
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday I think are going to be wild.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
But thank you.
From TACCOM, from the Sterling Arms booth.
Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil. Bye, Phil.